Hope everybody's doing okay and yada, 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 you know? What are y'all doing? Starting to warm up a little bit. Haven't decided where I'm going to throw the AC on or not. I'd rather save it when I really, really need it. Hey, Mr. Frankie, how you doing, my friend? I had to look around and make sure I seen the right name. Get your remote control fly out of here. Your damn remote control fly never bugs me until I get on this. And then, what's up, my friend? What's up, everybody? Hope everybody is signing the petition. Nobody belongs in jail for weed. Federal legalization, yada, yada, yada. I'm sure it's still charged. You must have little wing solar panels on that sucker or something. It stays charged. Well, it is getting to where I'd like to almost kick the AC on, but what good's it going to do when the door's open? You know, I let in as much heat as poor little AC tries to make. So, but even the big one wouldn't keep up to, having the door open. That's just one of the things I do when it's hot, all the time. Now, when it gets hot, I will close the door. I'd have a sign on it. Hey, I'm here. Just knock. It's hot. Enjoy an AC. Knock. It's hot. Come on. Y'all don't have to all not say nothing. Comments are free. Answers are questionable. They put that thumb thing on there so you can tap it and say, yo, man, good job. Or I like what you're doing if you haven't figured that out. Yo, hey, Big Stank, I've been worried about you. You all right? You missed a good YouTube. Yeah, it's going to be like yesterday. I'll be all right. And when I park over there, I'll shut the AC on like I did, get really nice and cool. I'm only going to be here till about 3 o'clock today, 4 o'clock. I'm going to go to Planet Fitness, get a shower, and then pull over there. And when I pull back over to the truck repair, I'll probably run the AC like I did yesterday. It got nice and cool in here. I slept really good. I woke up at 4 o'clock, went out and shut the generator totally off because it hadn't run out of gas yet. Because I had the fans on. I ran the AC until about 10 o'clock when I went to bed. I turned the AC off and just left the fans on. It stayed nice in here. And it wasn't bad because the AC didn't run from 10 to 4. For 6 hours. But it stayed cool enough that, I went right back to sleep. I went outside, shut off the generator, come in, went right back to sleep. No fans, no nothing. And it was totally fine when I woke up. I didn't have to have the AC on or nothing. Now, when it gets hot, I do the same thing. I get it cold in here until I go to bed. Then I, let the fan stay on an hour or two. Let the generator run out of gas so it gets a couple hours rest. And then when I wake up, immediately start it up and put the AC on. Oh, I hope it ain't all moldy too. Oh yeah, I'm parked. I'll be parked here until the day of court. Yeah, I'm still parked here. Yeah. Oh. You mean where I was staying at the truck repair? Yeah, I'm still there too. I'm right now sitting in the parking spot that the bad cop ran me off from. And yeah, I still park over there. Yep, sure do. I still get my gas and eat and everything over at the truck stop. Oh, I hope you are having wonderful weather up there, Margaret. Well, I hope everybody's having wonderful weather. Never mind, I hope everybody is. But I hope y'all got the good planting weather, and I hope Freedom has dry weather. And whatever else y'all need, I hope y'all get it. Yes, we did. Thank you. Thank you. We've hit 100,000 before one time. I had as many as like 80 people in there at one time. But just the one time, everybody was going crazy, sending gifts and tap, tap, tap. I couldn't keep up with the conversations, yada, yada. It was nuts. But then you get a restriction or a 3-day violation. Look at that one guy yesterday. He found me after 2014. Years, 12 dozen years later before he found me. Here. He sent me a bunch of photos of the very first mobile billboard. I'm going to have to try and make copies of those and put them out here. But yeah, we did. We hit 42,000. But see, here's the thing about that. We set a goal and we hit 42,000 in 1 hour to the minute. And the goal was to get 42,000 in an hour. We couldn't have timed it any better. I was so proud of all you tappers. All 3 of you. That time we hit the 100,000, we had like a half dozen or a dozen people that was just tapping their hearts out. That thing was right on. Sorry about that. It was for a good cause. Practice for the next one, What don't kill you makes you stronger. Woo, that's tangy. Oh, she hears ice. This girl knows the sound of ice. No, ain't none in the cooler. I guess you get a piece out of my soda. They're not very big cubes there, girlfriend. But she heard ice. She wants a piece of ice. She knows that sound. She perked up. Hey, where's mine? Dogs are very smart. A meat omelet? Right on. Whew. Well, shucks. I don't know what y'all want to talk about. Me, I want to just take a nap. Ah. We missing Mr. Eddie today. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah. We're missing a few people this afternoon. I hear you. I kind of feel weird today. The last hour, I just kind of feel weird. Hey, there's Mr. Eddie. I thought I was feeling weird just before I went live. Well, about 11:20. And I thought, well, it's because I haven't ate a thing. So I went and got a $7 taco box or whatever you call it. And I ate that, everything, but I still feel kind of weird and shit. I'm like, wow, I don't know what it is. I'm getting at that age you feel weird, I guess. Right on. I hope you have wonderful luck with the plants. Oh, the $7 box at Taco Bell is real good. I mean, should be $5, but you know, it's okay. For the price of everything else nowadays, it's fair. I mean, you basically get 3 things to eat, a dessert, and a soda. I mean, you know, not too bad. Oh yeah, compared to all the other prices and everything, it's well worth the money. Absolutely. What's up, Dad? What are we doing? I'm just trying to figure if it's heat related or what. Hit the massage chair. Oh yeah. Well, I can't today. I can't today. It's only open when the when the building's open. You know, like from 7 to 5, Monday through Friday, and 7 to noon on Saturday or something like that. The hours are on the door. Yeah. Now tomorrow I can go. If it's a rain day, I'll be in there. But today I have intentions of stopping at Planet Fitness and getting a shower before I head to park. If everything works out, I feel better, whatever, that's what I'll do. Oh, right on. That's cool. That's cool. I've only had one child. She was born in 1980, and I got 6 wonderful grandchildren from her. Cheers. All of life's a wild ride, my friend. Get on, buckle up, and hang on. Right on. What's only $7? You lost me. What's only $7, Eddie? Oh, I'll be damned. Why didn't you go to the river with them? Oh. What day is that? What day is the half price buffet? Is that today? Yeah, I should have just waited till 10 o'clock and drove over there and parked and spent the day in the parking lot. They probably wouldn't have appreciated that, though. It's your truck. I bet that place will be packed too. Hey Ronnie, it's real good food, and for $7, you couldn't beat that. You couldn't beat that at all. It'd be worth the gas to drive there, and back. That's a damn good deal, and I enjoyed the food. Hell, it's been a long time since I had frog legs. They were pretty small frog legs compared to what I remember as a kid, but they were still frog legs. Heck yeah, you're gonna miss them. See, that's the thing. A lot of people, we don't see what we miss until it's gone, and then we miss it. You know what I mean? We don't miss something until it's gone. it's a lady getting in her truck across the street, Betty. That's all that is. Yeah. I didn't see your answer. All I seen is half price Asian buffet. And I said, is that today? If I'd known and remembered that, I probably would have went over there at 10 o'clock and just camped out for the day. That's the last message I seen, half price buffet, and then cheers. Is that it? Did you not hear my response? Me, I got hair in my ears and over, so I mean, I got a good excuse. You know that. But every comment I read, I answered. Oh, I'm doing just great, Fast Tracker. How you doing? I'd be doing better if people sign and share the petition now. I'm still waiting for you to tell me if that's today or not. Eddie? Oh, probably, yeah, probably. Oh, you know he's gonna miss you just like you miss him. Oh, it started on Friday. You have to go. See, I didn't know all that. Yeah, I didn't know all that. Damn, so it's like a weekend thing? And you're just telling me on Sunday? Could have I went Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? I'm playing with you, Mr. Eddie. I really didn't know anything much about it. I know you told me that they were going to have it, but I paid $14, $12, $13 for a pizza. Hell, I'd pay the $14 for a buffet if, you know, I was next to it. I mean, it's worth that. You know what I mean? It's worth that. Yeah, and I said, you told me about it before, but I didn't know the details or nothing. I thought you said something about Sunday or something at 10 o'clock to close or something. I mean, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention. Oh, now I understand. Now I understand. How I got all twisted, I don't know. It's your fault. It's all your fault. One way or another, Eddie, it's your fault. It's probably that damn hillbilly Kush stuff that we know about. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. And it kind of confused me on that. I thought you was saying it was like a one-day thing, you know, yada yada, a promotion. Where I got that and all that, I don't know. It's got to be the hillbilly Kush, my friend. So it's still your fault. I hope you do understand. And I know anybody anybody in the hillbilly Kush clan, they would know exactly what we're talking about. Oh, exactly what we was talking about. These roaches kick your butt. I'm going to have to take a nap. Well, what I'll probably do, like I say, it's worthless to run the AC when the door's open and shit. You know what I mean? It's worthless. You might psychologically think it's a little cooler in here, but basically it blows right out the door. I'd like to get me some clear, heavy plastic like you see in kitchens and stuff, but I don't have none. Anyhow, I'll just put a sign out there that says, enjoying the AC, please tap, or please knock, you know? Because on real hot days, I normally do that. But that way I can go ahead and turn the AC on. Otherwise, hell, I just sat here with the door, you know, yada yada, and do like I do at night, you know, I rest. Is this camping? Because I want to, and when the dogs go, I'll say, hey, how you doing? I mean, is that camping too? I don't know. Hey. They was doing a video when they went by. Good, bad, or indifferent, I don't know. Knock on wood, it's doing all right. It coughs and sputters every once in a while when I have the AC on it. You know, I really need to try and save up to replace it. That doggone thing. Knock on wood, that doggone thing's ran for damn near a year straight. No more than, if you add it up all the time, for last year, it's run 20 hours a day, probably. Because, like, you know, there was times I had to run it 24 hours. Last year, when I wasn't plugged in nowhere. So, she has one hell of a lot of, who's that walking? Where are they walking to? I think they're walking the other way, and they was in the middle of the driveway there. But I'm amazed it's still running on the same spark plug, but that don't mean nothing that other than it has a really good spark plug. It's still got all them hours and all that wear on it. You know, we're talking thousands of hours. So I'm already impressed with it. I mean, I hope it keeps running, but if it conked out right now and never started or nothing again, I would understand. I'd have to rate this right up there with the Honda engine. You know what I mean? And then the armature, whatever, that's as good as any other one because it's putting out power. I got it a month. Well, no, I didn't get quite a month. Just right before I hit the road, a couple of weeks. So that was March of not that year before last. I left, so it went all the way to that March, and then this March made a full year. April, May. Yeah, it's 14, 15 months old and has seen use, 13 of them 15 months. Because there was a month that I didn't use it when I was at Lambert's. But like the 2 months I've been here and everything, that's all I do. Any other time, you run it off a generator. So I can't say nothing really bad about the Westinghouse RV gens that I have. The family that donated that man, that's just like this engine. What a great donation. is what's given me power all this time. But in the beginning, I had trouble with it. See, diesel, shit, do that. I quit doing it after, I don't know, 100 hours or whatever. The cutoff for carbon monoxide, that's a pain in the ass. When the wind's not blowing or if it's just right or whatever, it will just cut off. You got to wait 5 minutes for the light to quit blinking. You start it, it'll run 2 minutes, do the same damn thing. But I learned if you take and put a fan there blowing on it, it won't do that. But it's been a great generator. No, I'm not going to. Lambert's cost a lot of money. I'm just going to park. Yeah, Frankie, they're only $350, but I don't have $350 to buy it. You want to help me out with that, or anybody want to help me out with that? Man, that'd be great. I'd donate this one to family or somebody, somebody that might really needed one. Or just leave the one new in the box here, and when that's done and worn out, just swap it out. That'd probably be the best thing to do. But no, if somebody wants to pay for a week's stay in Lambert's, yeah, I go back here and plug in and shit, but no, the only reason I rented Lambert's, and they knew when I came in on tow truck, I was going to put an engine in, and that's what I did. And that's why I was there a month, a little over a month, really. Yo, Big Mike. Hey, Big Mike, was you on my, you was on the TikTok this morning, weren't you? I think you left before we hit 42,000 hearts. I think you left. If you were there, I think you left beforehand. What's up, Robert? But I can't remember if you was there or if you was tapping when we finally reached the 42,000. Exactly, 1 hour. No, you didn't tell me that. How the hell can they do that? Did you take them outside and show them it wasn't? You stole it. Damn. Why you want to do something like that for? Now, why would you want to go and steal a man's motorcycle? Oh, never mind. You're going to tell me it's a girl, a lot lizard that came in, right? I'm just playing with him, Mr. Eddie. Yeah, we are parked. And I try and tell everybody, Jim's not here. 4 is, Jim's not here. People are catching on. I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing, but I damn sure would have had it parked where I could see it so he didn't go do something to it. You know what I mean? If I'm like you, I'd be like, hey, call the law. Here, watch better. Let me call them. And while they're here, they can trespass you so you don't come back and try and do this shit again. I don't blame you, man. That would be a hell of a surprise, though. You'd be at work and all of a sudden someone says, hey, that's my motorcycle out there. Somebody stole it, yada, yada. That'd be a hell of a surprise. Man, I'd be surprised when there's not a smoke show. I'm so jealous. Hell, my smoke machine couldn't keep up with you and your smoke shows. I'd have to buy a gallon and just put a feeder tube to the little tank. I wouldn't even compete with your smoke shows, my friend. Nope. I keep telling you, Mama raised no fools. Daddy raised my brother. Yeah, I'm tired of the one arm with that. No, there we go, better. Okay, yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah, I've been through Pennsylvania, Lancaster, Mount Joy, all that. I mean, I've got real good friends up there. You never know. I may not make it past Virginia. If I don't get the 10,000 signatures to go beyond Virginia to Washington, that's it. I'm just going to go to Virginia, West Virginia stuff, come back down Tennessee and stuff, and go home. Go back to Arizona. And I hope people understand that, 12 years on the road, and if people want to see me go up to D.C. and stuff and, work the march and whatnot, they got to get me the signatures. I think 10,000 is a very, very, very low number to want and to, invest the time to pull the permits and commit and do all that. I don't think I'm asking for anything, Matter of fact, I think it's fair. It's not 50,000 or 100,000. And in my heart, I know, and why I set it at 10, if the good Lord wants it to happen, if it's supposed to happen, we will get that. Because all of a sudden people will feel in their heart that they should sign that petition. And just like Mr. Ronnie or anybody else that has felt that little tug, you need to send him a couple dollars. They know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So if it's supposed to hit and I'm supposed to pull the permits and all, it's going to do it. But if for some reason I'm not supposed to, we're not going to get them signatures. And I'm going to do just like I said I'd do. I'll try and visit down in Florida. Whether that happens or not, I'd love to go see them and all, my family, but the petition is the main thing. I'd love to do Florida, D.C., and then go to Arizona. If for some reason I can't do Florida or whatever, I want to do the march. That's the most important. But if we don't get all the signatures for the march, I'll do Florida. I'll probably do West Virginia, do Florida, come back through South Carolina. I don't know, take the southern route. I don't know. We'll just have to decide. hopefully we do the march in D.C. Oh, it was a girl that came in? A girl came in and said that that was their motorcycle? I thought the guy came in and said it. Oh, Eddie, you know that's true. Yeah, they closed all them places years back. Topeka, Kansas, full of them. Well, it's a petition's for we the people. Nobody belongs in jail for weed, so they need to abolish all cannabis charges and records. If people are in jail for pot alone, they need to be free. When they serve their time on the other stuff, let them go. But nobody needs to be in jail for pot, federal or state, and we need federal legalization. A class 3 narcotic, class 2, none of that bullshit. Call it like alcohol, tobacco, and caffeine. Call it by its name, 18 and above to buy. But you shouldn't have to buy no damn prescription or anything because there is no narcotic in cannabis. They've done nothing but lie about that plant from the name on. You don't think they're going to lie and tell you there's a narcotic in it? And even if they could prove that THC was a narcotic, it's not THC. They're assuming you're going to decarb it, heat it up or something. What if you just got the plant and ate it? What if you got it and made fuel out of it, paper out of it, clothing out of it? It was never a drug. It has to be THC to be a drug. THC won't get you high. Oh, a lady. I thought you were saying a guy come in there and, yeah, well, it's good you sent her on her way and didn't call the law. Hopefully she don't stumble in traffic. Oh, hell yeah, back in the day, you had to grow hemp by law. If you had a farm business, you had to grow a certain percentage of hemp by law. Absolutely. They made a film called Hemp for Victory. It showed you how to grow it, process it, and everything. Oh, hey, Mike, I'm just saying, you did a decent thing by not calling the law, and gave them a chance to leave. You did a decent thing because you could have just, I know you wouldn't have hit a woman, but if it was a guy, you could have just thumped their butt, or you could have just said, hey, hang on a minute and call the law. So, if you just realized they was screwed up and shit and tell them, hey, get on down the property before you get in trouble, yada, yada, that's cool. Now, if they gave you trouble, was breaking stuff, causing damage and stuff, yeah, then you call the law on them and get them out of there. Let them go sober up. This potion isn't about freezing the plant. What are you talking about? Does anybody know what this person's talking about? This potion isn't about freezing the plant for home grow or recreational use and has nothing to do with freezing the plant federally. Are you on some sort of drugs or something? Or am I missing something with this people before I erase that nonsense? Am I missing something here? People, please read that remark from Rootless so I don't, remove it. I can't make head nor tails out of it. Yeah, that's a good thing, Mike. Don't tell me not to remove you. I'm giving that dumbass comment because nobody knows what it means. Now, you want to put a real comment on there that we know what it means? Go for it. And I advise you to be nice here, because me or a moderator will throw you right in the timeout. Oh, I figured that. He said, then I'll punch the bitch. Hey, and I'm all for self-defense. If a man has to defend himself and in the hey, I'm for it. I know some pretty mean-ass women. Thank God I never pissed them off. But I've seen them. Oh, yeah, I worked the carnival. I've seen them. Well, friends, make sure you sign that petition. As we know, nobody belongs in jail for weed. It needs to be federally legal for everybody. Hey, if you want it taken away from everybody, fine. Take it away from everybody. If you want it, then want it for everybody. One or the other. Stop this bullshit. They can't keep it just medical, because we see recreational, there's no harm in it or nothing. Other people can have it recreational. Why can't I have it recreational? The Native American, the Rastafarian, they don't have to go buy no medical cards or nothing. They have federal rights to it underneath their religious rights. Excuse me? I'm a United States citizen too, just like them. All four sides. By God, it's a Rubik's Cube. That would be more than four sides. 2, 4, 6, yeah, 6 sides. There's 4 corners, so bless all 4 corners. That's what I'm going to say. And people that can find corners on a globe, God bless you. You're better at it than me. Of course, I didn't grow up to be a physic, a mathematic, an architect, or nothing, so. Oh, it's not amazing. It's amazing that we, the people, won't stand up. A lot of people say, but nobody ever gets together. Somebody has set a date of this, that, and the other. Nobody pays attention to it. The truckers, man, the truckers alone could change this world, but can you get them all to park the truck for a couple of days? Nope. This mad honey from, who is this? What's this supposed to mean, people? This mad honey from, I don't know. I guess they're trying to tell you something's on TikTok. Go watch if you're interested. We're shining. That sucks. Hey, I'm with you. If everybody that wanted cannabis just started smoking it, what are they going to do? They can't clog up the courts and the jails and stuff like that. What are they going to do? You want to take a puff. They want to give you 3 hots and a cot. How long do you think they're going to give you that 3 hots and a cot? Shit, we all deserve a break. Go take 3 hots and a cot for a couple of days. Might not be the best food and the best mattress and stuff, but my God, you know, don't let them scare everybody about taking a puff or two. If everybody that smoked marijuana would just smoke it, and all your seeds and shit, when you go by the courthouse and stuff, get rid of your seeds. Do like George Washington did, or said, sow it across the lands, you know? Dad, what's up? Why did you love me? I didn't block you. I put you 24-hour timeout like I did again, stupid. There's you another one you got bitch slap if you want to there, Big Mikey. Do I know Eric or Mike who? I mean, I know people named Eric, I know people named Mike, but I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know. Ah, right on. See, I didn't know that. That's cool. Well, you can't even spell, so it probably had nothing to do with cannabis. From your spelling and stuff, I'd say it was alcohol. But I'm not going to judge you, or I don't know. My name is Thor, and I appreciate the only master, but he's actually called a savior, Yahshua. My master, and the only person I answer to is Yahweh. So, cool. Be you, friend. Be you. They should have used the school to learn. Damn it, man. That ain't a pot calling the kettle black there now. Should have used that school to learn. Oh, that was funny. I like that. You funny guy. Every once in a while, you funny guy. Is there reference to that? Oh well. And see, I don't get rid of these people, the ones that are really stupid and all. I just give them 24-hour time out. Hey, Rivers! Hey, did you just learn that? You know, since March 1st of 2014, I've said that exact same thing. Across 36 states, on Texas, Amarillo News, you know, the big Amarillo, Texas lead story, Lubbock, Texas lead story, KMAC News in Missouri. I mean, across the nation, I've been in a lot of newspapers and a lot of TV news. Did you just learn that this week or something? Because I've been preaching that same exact thing since March 1st of 2014 out here. You see my mobile billboard that I drive around while I'm preaching and telling people? But you're absolutely right. I mean, I absolutely agree. To this day, everybody thinks it's like aspirin and stuff. Nope. And I argued with a cop a couple weeks ago. He looked real stupid. He wanted to keep arguing with me why I'm here. And I'm like, because it's a federal crime. Well, why don't you go to D.C.? D.C. ain't even in the country. Why do I need to go to D.C.? The states is what's run by another country. So what would going to D.C. do? I'd be going to another country, would I not? I'm fighting it in the states where the federal governments have all their noses. But yet we let them guys think they know all the laws and carry guns and badges. No, Robert, no, no one ever asked. Yeah, right on. The feds ain't trying to figure out how to grab it. They've always had it. They had it as a class 1 narcotic so nobody could research it. They went a step farther and called it a hallucinogenic. Now they've admitted it's not a hallucinogenic and it has medical value. But they admitted that in 1971 when they took out the medical patent. %, interested and it's run by another country. Stupid. His name really wasn't Jesus. And I give out a little Yasha wherever I go. And I know you're not of Yasha. You're one of them demons that go around with all your false bullshit. Okay, because you come on here judging me and all. You're too stupid to go look in the Hebrew Bible and find out that the Lord's lettuce, because you probably think that's the devil's lettuce, which is money. You know, your father, Satan, the one you're worshiping, he made money. My father, he made the Lord's lettuce. Don't come on here with your doggone stupidity there, because this was in the anointing oil. Go look in the Hebrew Bible. Go to Google and say marijuana and the anointing oil. 250 shekels it was called cannabosum and cost 250 shekels. So you don't even know who you say you know. Ha, go away, Satan. Hey, when you don't hear back from this person you called Jim on here, that's not out of disrespect. It is, I'm not allowed to go by Jim. And that comes straight from a judge. It is not my name. It is my surname. My name is not Jim, okay? My name is 420 Jim. Call me anything you want and I'll pretty much answer except Jim. It has to say Mr. in front of it for me to answer or say something to people that want to call me Jim. And I just tell this to let you know, I can't legally answer as Jim. And I'm not saying you got to call me sir or nothing. Call me 4. That's my first name. Call me Weedhead. Call me the black sheep of the family, the green sheep. Call me anything but Jim. So anybody that's asking questions or something, Jim, sorry. Call me by my name. Pay attention to what? Shut down this stream. You know what? The good Lord, Yahweh and Yahshua is behind this stream. And if they want it shut down, it'll be shut down. If they want you devils to be able to do nothing, you won't be able to do nothing. I don't have control of this stream. My Father, Yahweh, does. Go away, stupid. Yeah, I threw him totally off the channel. They're the ones that go and lie and try and have you taken down and shit. You know, so they don't even need to be here. The devil's gonna let them. Oh man. Oh gosh. Oh, did you know about the girl that I can't think of her name, that had seizures, all kinds of them, every day, every day, every day. And with cannabis oil, boom, they were gone. Yeah. Did you see the guy with Parkinson's? First time he took a hit off a joint, he stopped shaking. First time in 30 years or something. Yeah. You know, you can't spell healthcare without THC. You can't spell pharmacy without harm. California didn't legalize it. California decriminalized it. And that's pretty much what all these states are doing when it comes to the feds. But I lived in California. And when y'all said it was legalized, no, it wasn't. They took your pot and they gave you a $50 ticket the first time, a $100 ticket the second time, and then it went up to $500 thereon. I was there in the 70s when that happened. Don't tell me how y'all legalize. You decriminalized pot. Same with Colorado. And then all these states started hopping on board and say, we got legal pot now. Under the eyes of the federal law, you don't have shit. Oh, they just want to be. Those are the trolls and the stupid people, that's all. Can't fix trolls, can't fix stupid. That makes them stupid trolls, huh? If you don't want to be here, self-deport. I like that. Yeah, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. The only way you can grow better weed is grow it yourself out in the dirt and the sunshine and get non-genetically modified seeds. I'm sorry y'all so far behind. We don't do politics here. You can't put messages like that on here. Rethink your shit and come back or don't come back. I support the pilot of the plane. When the pilot's not flying the plane, okay. Like Biden, you can say whatever you want about him. He's not flying the plane. And when Biden was in office, I said the same thing. When Obama was in office, same thing. But on my channel, while they're in office, whether you like them, whatever, we've got to respect the pilot of the plane. Why the hell would you want the pilot to crash? I mean, in my whole lifetime, I haven't seen one president that I liked and disliked. They all do the same thing. They do a few things you like, they do a few things you don't like. Every one of them. They all lie and say what they're going to do until they get in office, and then most of the time they do exactly opposite and shit. I mean, open your eyes, go look at history. I mean, that's what I see growing up. Hey, it's going great, son. Well, that might be a good point. I can't think of one thing that Biden did that I liked other than he let the feds stand down on cannabis. That I liked. But there's good and bad in everything. If people would simply learn that we're human beings on planet Earth, whether it's round, flat, square, pyramid, it's planet Earth. We're human beings, no better, no weaker, no nothing than any other human being. We're equal. Don't matter about sex, race, color, none of that shit. You're a human being on planet Earth, and if you learn to treat people the way you would like to be treated, no bullying, no harassing, no fighting, no cheating, no stealing, whatnot, we'd be in the Garden of Eden. I like that. Monkeys on a spinning space rock. Why don't we have a 3 or 4 or 5 party system or whatever? You know what I mean? 2-party system never has been fair. No, 2-party system is so corrupt. That's why they made the Constitution and stuff. George, they all was smart enough to know what was going to happen. Well, I think it's been a fairly nice afternoon so far. Yeah, please get on the petition and make the change, folks. You find it at 420jim.com, 420jim.com. But I do think I'm going to get out of here in a few minutes and maybe turn the AC on. Yeah, it's free. It tries to bum a couple dollars, but scroll up and put no thanks, I'd rather share. Right on. Hey, there's only 2 times I'll smoke pot. That's when I'm alone or when I'm with someone. But religiously, only the days that end with Y. Oh, I think they still have them now. They don't call them Obama phones, but they are. You still get a federal phone. All these people on food stamps, I could get one if I want, but I don't. Oh. See, that's what they want, for you to declare war. Screw that. If everybody was to go get groceries and whatnot and did a 72-hour nothing, go visit your neighbor, don't drive nowhere, don't turn your computer on, don't turn your cell phone on, don't go to work unless you're medical, something that has to be, fireman and all. If everybody else would just go take a 3-day fuck you, shit. Wouldn't have to fire one shot, kill one person or nothing. Yeah. But try and get people to do that. It's like it's just like trying to get people to sign a petition for federal legalization. Good idea, but damn, try and get other people to agree with it or do it. Now I can see people, well, we can't live 3 days, we can't do it. Yeah, you could. You just plan for it and do it before it happens. The excuse for not signing the petition, I don't know. What the hell excuse people use for that, but same thing. COVID proved wrong. COVID proved what? What did COVID prove? What was wrong? This man's a danger to America. Said nut. Said the nut. Jared, tell me what COVID proved wrong. Hey, go plant your garden, my friend. I'm pretty sure Duck Dynasty has a YouTube channel. You ought to look it up. Entertaining, yay, Eddie? Man, I didn't know I was a danger to America, though. It probably come from a foreigner or a dumb rat. A far, far, far left person, I don't know. The only thing I really got to say about the politician stuff and whatnot until every one of them, every mayor, governor, congressman, senator, president, vice president, all are kicked out of office and new ones put in. You still got the corruption. Oh yeah, you got free will. I'm like you, Mr. Eddie. I like the same thing. And I know not all comments and all this, that, and the other is appealing to everyone, but, you know, I like to think that between my moderators and friends, we keep everything pretty much simple, real, and everything in here. I mean, hey, when you first met me and whatnot, it was a lot worse, you know. Hopefully it's making advances forward. And I really appreciate y'all that keep the channel decent and civil and try and remind people that and whatnot too. I really appreciate y'all. Yeah, here tormenting like bull was that. I couldn't have said it better myself. I could not have said it better myself. Friends, please sign the petition. Y'all know nobody belongs in jail for weed. We need it federally legalized. Just the fact that they want to keep it a narcotic, you should sign the petition. Call it a drug like alcohol, tobacco, and caffeine. Don't let them keep screwing over our lives, make us buy prescriptions and stuff. Let the local smoke shop sell it. Let the damn farmers market. Let Walmart sell it. Anybody that can ID for alcohol, they can ID for cannabis. So just get the feds the hell out. No, being racist is called this. I don't let racist remarks stay on here, my friend. Oh, they want it to be the Jerry Springer show. That's the trouble. They want it to be the Jerry Springer show. Why do you think they invented TikTok? Oh gosh, they want it to be the Jerry Springer show. I understand why people don't do TikTok and stuff. You know, I really understand. I don't hold it against them at all. It's the Chinese version of the Jerry Springer show. Especially if you don't know how to navigate on whatnot. You can, yeah. But when it comes to sexual explicit stuff like that, not on TikTok that I seen. That was all over Facebook. Man, I would get crotch shots and all kinds of stuff on Facebook. I never contacted people, but in my messenger, they'd be, you know, and you go look at the messenger, and there's a, you want to eat this? Oh, Facebook is the most disgusting, dirtiest platform out there. Yeah, oh, that's true, Eddie. That's true. Oh, they make a lot. Alcohol industries trying to get permission to sell cannabis drinks and stuff now. Imagine that. Imagine that. I wonder if I've said it loud enough lately that maybe someone caught on. Imagine that. Now watch, here before long, the tobacco company's going to have a tobacco cannabis blend. Watch. And ain't neither one of them going to say, hey, thanks for the idea, for. Made in America by cannabis, I like that. Cannahol. We call it Cannahol. Instead of alcohol, Cannahol. We'd all freak out if in a month or something there's a drink called Cannahol. Sold at Walmart and shit. The two best edibles I've had. One was back in the 70s on a boat that I worked on, and the old guy gave me a brownie. I didn't know it was pot brownie, and it fucked me up. And I asked him how he did it, and I started making my own. You get you a box of Betty Crocker or whatever brand of brownie mix. You go buy you an ounce of whatever's around. At that time, it was just regular, like gold bud, but not gold, regular Colombian bud. You take the seeds out, of course, and the big stems. And that's all you did. You threw that in the mixture, whipped it up really good, and baked it. Your brownies were chewy and whatnot. Yeah, but 45 minutes later, woohoo, doggy. But the best thing about the edibles is, because all cannabis is not THC, it's THCA. To find the true value of the THC level, the true exact level, you would have to test each and every plant. Some plant gets more of this, more of that, more light, more nutrition, more this or that. Every plant is different. I don't care if they come from the same seed, the same whatever. Every one of them's different. One may have a little less water, whatever. They're going to be pretty much close, but they're still. And then, who tested it and what equipment, and is it calibrated and all? Because decarbonate actually is a scientist. To reach the maximum THC, don't quote me, but let's say that it is 20 minutes at 320 degrees. Anything over that, you're starting to lose potency. Anything under that, it didn't take all the acid out. You get what I'm saying? So, you could buy a batch of gummies and whatnot to just knock your head into the dirt. And you can get a batch with, heck, that was, it wasn't so good, whatever. So it all depends on. So you find you a person that's manufacturing, they're using the same technique, the same heat process, the same, they make a great product. They know what they're doing, stick with it, and bypass the others. So in other words, if you're buying out of dispensaries and stores, you got a lot of testing to do. When it comes to regulations, they should put exactly what's on it, how it was done, yada, yada, yada. That's where regulation stuff comes. I can solve the rest. 18 and above to buy. Why? And consume. Why? They want our sons and daughters to join their stupid military now and defend this country, and they can't smoke a joint. Pretty stupid there. So just if you can go, and I don't care if our soldiers and stuff smoke a joint. I really don't. I would encourage it. But let's say the Army, and I understand if they say you can't smoke pot while you're on active duty. That's cool. I can agree with that. I mean, I would let them, but I would agree with that. But if a person's old enough to sign up or be drafted to give their life for this country, they're damn sure old enough to smoke a joint, in my eyes. So that's why I say 18 and above. for possessing and being able to enjoy. I mean, we had that control on cigarettes, right? So we should put that control on cannabis. I remember when we didn't have that control on set. Hell, I could go down to the local store, take a note in, and come out with a pack of Cools, a pack of Pall Mall, whatever, yada, 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 and take it home. I remember when they had the machines, you just go up, they didn't ask your ID or nothing, you put in $1 worth of quarters, there was your cigarettes and stuff. Don't mind me, I was smoking a couple of roaches and got rambling. Join when you're 17. I tried to join at age 16, and I got caught, and they called my dad. He'd come pick me up and whatnot. And then I went out, ran away, went to California, and got on the tuna boats and forgot all about the services stuff. I really, really, like, if I could turn back that times and know what I know right now, I would have just waited and waited a few months, and I would have joined the Coast Guard. If there was a regret in life, really, I wished I'd joined the Coast Guard. Now, I ain't gonna lie and say I'd probably been a rescue swimmer. I don't know. I am a diver. But some of that grueling training to drive, I don't know if I could have made it. You know what I mean? Who only knows? But I am a certified diver. But I would have loved to have been in the Coast Guard. That I would have loved to have been. Matter of fact, I'll tell you one. In San Diego, back in the 70s, I helped take the motor vessel Andrea from Point Loma Sport Fishing to Acapulco. I was second captain, and I was allowed to pick one person that he was going to hire, to be another mate on the boat. And it was a friend of mine. And we smoked pot, we fished on the boats. He was a good friend out there with his fishing and all. And when we left, we had about a quarter ounce of pot. And it was only supposed to take us a couple of days. It ended up taking us 4 days to get there. But by day 3, we're looking for seeds or scraps in our pocket to see if we had anything to smoke. It was a trip from hell. But anyhow, why did I tell you that story? Oh, I remember. Long story short, we couldn't find no Acapulco gold. That was mine and his whole reason for going down to Acapulco. We wanted to bring back some Acapulco gold with us and stuff. We never found no Acapulco gold. I know why there's not seagulls in Mexico. That was not chicken. That was probably seagull that they served when we ate up. The phones get turned off at night at 8 o'clock. Yeah, that was quite the trip. I came back home. He had to give me first class passage and pay me and whatnot, yada, yada, a whole nother story. I came back home. I didn't stay there. I was supposed to stay 30 days and return with the boat, help him bring it back to San Diego. He was a freaking nut. I wanted off the boat. He wanted me off the boat. But my friend stayed. And when I met back up with my friend about 5 years later, he runs a Coast Guard cutter in the United States Coast Guard. It just blew my mind. When I knew him, he was a pothead and whatnot, and now he has a cutter out there in San Diego. He was a captain of a cutter 5-6 years later. Out there busting the pot smokers. Shame on you. Hey, right on, thank you. Sorry, I was just yabbling. No, I haven't, but I have a friend, and man, I believe him. He says he's got Bigfoot living by his property and stuff, but not one. I think it's a family. And you know what? I ain't going to doubt no one, because I read the book, the Bible and whatnot. We had giants. We had all that stuff. And yeah, they could be a Sasquatch, Bigfoot. Absolutely. Wouldn't surprise me. Hell, I believe the Mothman's real. No, I didn't see no Acapulco. Dude, it cost me $50 to buy my way out of that country. I wasn't gonna go looking. The first night we got on show, we couldn't find no weed nowhere. But if y'all want to hear more about it, I'll tell you the trip. I'll tell you about the trip and all. Just tell me you want me to tell you more about that story. There's a lot more to it. I was just telling the point that one of my friends, a pothead just like me, good friend, turned captain of the USS Coast Guard cutter and goes out and busts ships now. Oh, that would be bad. Now I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, no. Bullshit. Not now that cannabis is widely used. Cannabis has always been widely used. And we didn't have them bullshit problems in the 70s and 80s. That's pure garbage and pure bullshit. When man started genetically modifying the seeds, recloning the gene, the modification to make their indigo and stuff, to grow it indoors without the rays of our given sun, the one that created, without putting it in soil. But yeah, that's where that shit comes from. Don't come here with that bullshit. We didn't have that problem. It has nothing to do with greatly used. It was greatly used back then. Take it from someone that knows. It's all this genetically modified bullshit and improperly what do you call that? Dried and whatnot. They run it through radiation machines and shit to dry out and make sure there's zap it so there's no moisture in the buds or nothing. Yeah, you got your facts wrong there. Driving regulations: don't drive stoned. Don't carry your pot or anything within reach. In other words, put it in your glove box, put it in your trunk. Wait till your ass gets home, apart wherever you're going, and smoke. Simple. If you get caught, it should be like alcohol. They should be a fine or whatnot. But you shouldn't ride around smoking joints and having ash. Nope. You got to do it responsible. Getting out of $50, enough went by that. Getting out of the country and all. Okay, I'm going to quit reading comments, and I'll tell you the trip of me and the Andrea. You have to repeat comments later if you want to ask questions and stuff, because I'll get all screwed up, and I'll try and shorten it out. This guy seen that I worked my ass off on another boat and shit. And the guy on that boat tried screwing me over and said I didn't do all the iron and whatnot. And the guy that had this 73-foot Fed ship, just go look up a Fed ship. You talk a yacht of yachts. It's all Swedish steel. It had hydraulic stabilizers on it, colored radar, sat nav. I mean, the Bill Gates type of a yacht. And the smallest Fed ship ever built, 73 feet. It was called the Andrea, and it was a research vessel. And he was researching the consumption of diesel fuel and yada, 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 yada. That was our research. It had 18 batteries in the lazarette alone. And every week I had all the batteries, there was like 30 of them throughout the boat. I had to keep a chart and do a hydrometer reading and you could eat off the engine room floor. When we was in port, he hired my daughter's mom, because my daughter just was born back then. We would pin her up in the crew's quarters, basically, pat her in where she couldn't fall out of the bunk or nothing. And I would never forget, took a 2-liter bottle, the captain did, and put a ball bearing in it, and put a cap on it, and it made and it entertained Bobby forever. But anyhow, Julie would Bonami the windows and shit. I mean, you're talking yacht of yachts. Moose hair couch. Anyhow, he was there at Point Loma getting ready for a trip to Acapulco, getting the color radar put on, and stuff like that. A couple months preparation for going to Acapulco, which I didn't know none of that. He had a 19-foot Boston Weller with a 35-horse motor on it for a tender, and that just come up and off the boat with a crane. Anyhow, I had been working on a boat we called Bondi Billy. Oh, that's where I got them Panamanian spears. Pot that would knock your head to the other side of the country. They were called Panamanian spears. Oh my gosh. Anyhow, I seen this boat. We was anchored in Anchorage. I built a houseboat. We're living in Anchorage. One of the boats that I was next to, I could see every day it got a little lower, a little lower, a little lower in the water. And I'd never seen nobody ever come out to it. And I told Julie, I said, man, that thing's going to sink. I'm going to go see what's up if I can. And I went over there and I took a bilge pump and I threw it down in the bilge and a hose, and took a battery over. And that's all I did. I didn't try and go in the boat or nothing. I just cracked the engine room hatch back there and threw the bilge pump in and was pumping out water. And lo and behold, I've been there months and never seen anybody on it or nothing. Lo and behold, here comes a guy rolling out, and he's coming straight to the Bondi. That was the name of it. His name was Bill, so we called him Bondi Billy. He gets out there. He sees I saved his boat. We become friends. He wants me to do a whole lot of work converting it into a commercial longline boat. We built a fish hole, fiberglass it and everything on this boat. Months and months of work. And he was supposed to ice it, fuel it, and bait it 4 times. And that paid back for doing the work, if you know what I mean. We didn't make nothing while we was doing these months of work. Well, anyhow, we had to come and rent a dock for a month when we was doing the fiberglassing and stuff. And it happened to be right next to the Andrea. And I know it pissed him off because I'd be working at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. But this is a commercial dock. But I happened to be right next to him. And I'd be out there at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning starting back, because I had to get it done. He never really said nothing bad to me about it or anything like that, you know what I mean? But when me and Bondi Billy had a falling out, he was a witness at court. I took Bondi Billy to court, and I asked him if he would testify about how I kept him up, because see, Point Loma told me what he said, and I said, would you be willing to, tell the courts how, I've kept you up and this, that, and the other. And we talked, and he said, yeah, I'll. And he did. He came in, he told the courts, yeah, this guy worked his ass off, yada, yada. And that's how I met him. And his name was Bill Resnick. Now, to this day, I don't know what the Whitaker Corporation was, but him and his brother owned the Whitaker Corporation back then. But I do know when first time I walked down from the wheelhouse into the galley and everything, the living room area, there's a moose hair couch and a nice coffee table and stuff, and they're 3-time magazines. And the one on the end and the one on the beginning, there's a picture of Bill Resnick on Time magazine. Cruise quarters all the way ahead, 73 foot, nothing solid, beautiful, stainless steel galley, teak decks, yada, yada, yada. He promised if we could fish on the way, to Acapulco, and it was going to be a glorious, and I worked my butt off for a couple months. And like I say, my old lady did all the the windows and kept the inside all polished, even by Nammy the windows and shit. He not only had one sat nav, he had two of them. One down below in the crew's quarters in case that one blew a fuse. Most people couldn't afford one back then. We're talking back in the 80s, early 80s. Most people, just the big ocean-going, big, transport vessels and stuff had sat nav. Now you can get it in your hand, but back then, no. And I was there all through the sea trials, putting the radar on, all that crap. And the deal was to go down to Acapulco. It was supposed to be a 2-day trip down to Acapulco and stay 30 days on the boat. He pays for all the groceries, all that, yada, 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 and then come back. That's what I agreed to, and that's what it was supposed to be. And I was allowed to hire a friend. I could choose it. And I choose my friend that wanted to become a Coast Guard captain. The captain approved. The captain had a little chihuahua named Max. I'll never forget. And he was the type person, that ain't a grease fitting, that's a Zerk, had to do a hydrometer test on the batteries every week. He was really strict and all. It comes time to leave, and we leave. And we left afternoonish or so, and the captain took the boat until, 8 o'clock or whatnot, just as it turned to evening. And then me and, I think his name was Steve, it's been so long, we'll watch. He's going to bed, boom, we've got the next 6-8 hours, whatever it was, and, swap. On the coast, you're either uphill or downhill. And I think it's going Mexico down, you're going downhill, and if you're coming up towards California, you're coming uphill. It's one or the other, I forget. That swell's always there. Sometimes higher or lower, but the swell is always there. So I think it's uphill coming this way, because from what I remember was, me and Steve, we got stoned and whatnot when he went to bed, and everything's fine, This satellite navigator back then aren't like what we got now. What it did was it run off the satellites. But unless there was a satellite that it could talk to, you had to wait to the next satellite for it to re-register and give you the new coordinates. That's why he set waypoints. Well, he made, I think, 3 major waypoints between here and Acapulco. And on the way to the first waypoint, the first, say, 100 miles of the journey, we're supposed to take this course. And the satellite will tell you the course, tell you the speed you're going, the water drift and everything. Okay. Once you pass that waypoint, it will give you the direction back to that waypoint until it gets to the next satellite. And it will update and say, hey, you've been to that one, you continue this course. But if you're not paying attention or nothing, and you pass your waypoint, down getting caught, whatever, you don't hear the machine tell you you passed it and all, and you go up and you look, and it says that you're supposed to be headed the other way. I can't say what was in that, but this is when I knew he was a complete nut. We spent all evening going from San Diego south down towards Acapulco. And all you got to do is watch. The autopilot drives, whatever. You just watch. And with the sat nav, it's cool. And we did. We got to that first waypoint, and boop, and it gave us a course back to it. I didn't care about that. I knew the autopilot was going and was still going. And as soon as a satellite come up, it would tell me I'm still going right. You know what I mean? It just so happened that's about the time the captain come up and said, hey, I got it. Good night, guys. And we go make our little whatever, and we're going. We go to bed, and I don't know, probably 2 hours. I noticed that we're going uphill instead of the smooth downhill because we're up in the bow. And I wake up Steve and I said, yo, man, we're headed back home. And he's like, huh, what? How do you know? And I'm like, look, we're going uphill. We're headed back home, you know? And we go up there and, hey, Cab, what's up, yada, yada. He chewed us out for getting off course and everything. And I'm like, dude, you know, what are you talking about? You know, after about 5 minutes of us screaming, hollering at each other, and you're an idiot and whatnot, ding, ding, ding. And it found the next satellite and said we had to go back just where he had just come back from. Now, of course, no apology, no nothing like that, you know. Just let that go. But that showed me the first instance what an idiot he was, and I might not want to be on that boat. We developed a problem, lost some fuel, yada, 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 yada. We had to go in and get more fuel to make sure we had it to get to Acapulco. And even on the chart, it said during such and such time of the years, there are extremely heavy currents there. 7.7 is what the satellite nav said. That we was in a 7.7 mile an hour, or 7.7 knot, about 9 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour current. So I don't know if you've ever drove a boat. You can go as straight as you want on a compass course, but if you're crabbing, if you got the current beside you, you're not only going straight, you're going sideways. And if you're close enough to land, you can watch it and stuff. But if you believe in an autopilot and a course and setting and you're right, well, anyhow, we go look at the chart, we find out we're going to get fuel and everything. I throw a satchel weight on a rope. It's instead of a mechanical depth finder, you know, electronic, that's what they used back in the day. I throw a big satchel weight over, and that sucker's going like that, like it's surfing through the water. So I knew the satellite navigation was right, that we had about a 10 mile an hour current. I tell them we need to turn here. And we turn there. And he sets the automatic pilot. And I'm like, dude, you know, we're going sideways, we're crabbing. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And he carried on for about 10 minutes. And there was a patrol boat, a Mexican patrol boat coming down. And he said, I bet you $100 he pulls right in behind us. And I'm like, yeah, okay, no problem. You owe me money, no problem. About that time, that boat makes a left-hand turn right where we were when I said we need to be going in there. And instead of taking in the current and finding something you could see straight ahead and steering for it, we were crabbing the whole time. And we were a mile out of the channel. And then all of a sudden I feel the boat do this. And I go out and I look. The propellers are churning up mud and shit, sand and shit. I look over and I can see starfish and shit. I'm like, dude, we're on bottom. Dude, we're on bottom. I go in there and I'm like, hey, we are on bottom. We back off, we get into the fuel dock, yada, yada, yada. We make it to Acapulco. Here's where the story gets a little better, I guess. We make it to Acapulco, and we're 3 days late. By the time we get the fuel, we're 3 days overdue. My old lady, his old lady, nobody knew. And of course, the captain's supposed to go in. He was the captain, the declared captain. I was just co. He's supposed to go in and declare the crew and stuff. That's the first thing he's supposed to do. He don't. He goes in the yacht club, settles down, has some cocktails, and has calls and talks to his buddies and tell his friends in San Diego and stuff he made it. Meanwhile, me and Steve are sitting on the boat, and it's getting later and later, and a little darker and a little darker. We're like, fudge, you know? We'd been 3 days without pot. Our whole reason for wanting to go down there was to get some Acapulco gold, you know? And that's all we talked about, but, you know, getting the boat ready, how great that was going to be. Now we're stuck on the boat. He's got the 19-foot Boston Weller with the Evinrude. He's got it tied up at the yacht club and had his cocktails. and we're getting desperate, And there's boats all anchored out there. And in the center, way over in the center, there's a big fountain in the center of Acapulco, the bay there. It's all gorgeous. You come into the big basin, there's people jumping off the cliffs and shit. It's beautiful. Really. But you anchor, and you either use a little boat of yours to get in and back and forth to the shore, or they have a water taxi. You can call on the radio, or when they go by, yo, a couple of pesos, they take you in. Anyhow, we're watching the vessel. He's in. We're going to be here shortly, yada, yada. He's not coming. It's just starting to get evening, and we get out the binoculars. Someone's got to have some pot around here. And we're looking at the different people on the different boats, and, oh, shit, look. And they're passing a joint around, or passing something around. And we get down below, and we pump up this rowboat, life raft thing. We pump that son of a bitch up as quick as we could. And we jump in and grab the paddles and row over there as quick as we can. Just as we get there, they inform us that's all they had. And it was a roach. And we're like, damn, yada, 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 yada. And they say, hey, do you have any Coke over there? They needed some mix for their liquor. And so we went back to the Andrea and got a case of RC Cola and took it back over there, and they gave us that roach. We rode back over the Andrea and got up there and put the life raft away and all, smoked that roach, and about a half hour later, here comes the captain. And by this time, it's 9 o'clock at night or so, 9 or 10. And he tells us we can't go into town. He didn't declare the crew, yada, yada, yada. Tough luck in the morning, this, that, the other, and whatnot. Me and Steve's like, no, that's not good enough, He don't tell us that the phones in Mexico are cut off at 8 o'clock at night. No, he don't bother to tell us. And our main reason was to go make calls and stuff. He said, yeah, hey, take the skiff. If you get caught, I'm going to say that you stole it, yada, yada, good night. So me and Steve, we jump into the 19-foot Weller, and we go off. And hell, down in Florida, Tampa, Sarasota, where I grew up, you can just pull up on the beach anywhere. I've never been in the yacht club or nothing, but there's a little beach over beside it. So we're just going to pull up on the beach, And just as I get coming up on the beach, a couple guys come running down, look like, soldiers, whatever. They had gun belts and big guns and vámonos, or whatever they was yelling. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, reverse. And we decided we'd go over to the yacht club and tie up there. So we pull in the yacht club, tie up, go up through in excess and all that. We're walking through town, and we can't find anybody that will talk to us about Mota. Not one person. They wouldn't even speak to us about it. We found the phones. That's when we found out they're cut off at like 8 o'clock. There was a big white and red barrel going on around on a pole. That I remember. Didn't know what it said. I'm not Spanish. Hey, must be like Kentucky Fried Chicken. That wasn't chicken. I think I know why there's no seagulls in Mexico. Anyhow, we have to go back to the boat. We can't make no calls or nothing. Now it's morning, and the captain's like, hey, we need to break up this partnership. And I'm like, hey, I couldn't agree with you anymore. I'm ready to keel haul your little shit dog Max and you both. I think it would be for the best. And he owed me, I forget what the whole deal was, but with first class passage back to San Diego. See, when you sign on a boat, they have to guarantee you first class passage back to your home port. That's maritime law. So I had to call down and find out how much the first class ticket and the taxi and airfare was going to be, to get there and everything. And it was just shy of $4,000. I mean, a couple of dollars shy of $4,000 with the plane ticket, the cab ride there, and my pay. He goes into the stateroom. He comes back with remember your lunch bags? Literally a lunch bag, the brown paper lunch bags. He comes out with a bag, float over the top, hands it to me. I look in, it's all $1 bills. Bands of 50, stacks of them in there, like that. I'm like, okay. So we had called, we found out how much money it was. We get into the Boston Weller, and he drops me off the dock. He don't go declare true, he don't do nothing. He just goes right back out to the Andrea. What do? I go in and I call a taxi. I got my sack of money, a fishing rod, and a duffel bag, and an 8x10 of my daughter. And this is all 15 minutes, when we get to the airport, that is. It's about 15 minutes before takeoff. Well, I call a cab, a VW Bug. A regular VW Predator pulls up. It did say taxi. That's the only reason I knew it was a taxi. It starts driving 20 minutes, and we're going up a mountain and shit. And I'm like, oh shit, this guy's trying to kidnap me or something, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden we get up top of the mountain and there's an airport. And I'm like, I'll be damned. We pull up, the guy tells me $2. I kid you not. We rode every bit of 25 miles and whatnot, and he told me $2. So I reach in and grab, I don't know, it was $10 or $12, whatever. I just, off the stack of 50, reach in, grab about $10 or something, and hand it to him. And wow, he grabbed my bags and carried them all the way in. I walk up to a counter. There's one guy, Eastern Airlines. And he said, Visa. And I looked at him and I said, no, cash. And he looked at me. I thought he was talking about MasterCard and Visa. I honestly did. I didn't think nothing else. And then he looked at me, he said, tourist card. And I'm like, no, sir, just a ticket to San Diego. That's all I need, thank you. And he said, Pasaporte. That's when it hit me. I didn't have nothing to say I was legal in that country, and damn, I just been dumped here, and oh, what the hell happens? Well, about that time I found out. He said, you need to see the port captain. And he points across the airport, looked like the same guys that was on the beach with them rifles and shit, telling us to leave. There's one on each side of this door that this guy's telling me that I need to go to. I set my fishing pole and my duffel bag outside the door. Me, my daughter, pitcher, and my lunch go inside. It was right out of a freaking movie. A giant desk in the center of the room, pictures on the wall, a big giant ceiling fan, and a really, really heavy set, sweating like you need air conditioning like you wouldn't, Spanish guy. And I'm like, that guy says, I have to come talk to you to buy a ticket. The first words out of his mouth, how did you illegally get in my country, senor? First words out of his mouth, and I'm like, I'm sunk. But I kept it cool, and I remember someone told me you could buy your way out of anything in Mexico. And that's pretty much true. I told him, the story. Hey, this guy on a yacht, I did to him because he asked me where it was, and I said they took off. They're gone. They pulled their anchor and they took off. They just left me here, yada, 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 yada. Now, if he had went and looked, he would have seen the Andrea out there, and everything probably would have went different. If he had just wondered what was in my lunch bag and looked, things might have been different. The best I could have hoped for was they take that money and throw me out on the border and call me a drug dealer, They didn't know how I got it or anything. They had nobody there to defend me. So I was telling him about it, and I said, hey, is there any way I can buy one of these tourist cards? And he says, you got money? And I'm like, well, not really enough to buy a ticket, but if I don't catch a cab over to my house, he said, well, there's three of us. And I said, yeah, I've got $50 I was going to spend on cab fare. He says, if you got $50, you get a ticket. And I'm like, oh, yes, sir, no problem, no problem. Yeah, I'll walk home, no problem. I got $50 if I can buy a tourist card. And he said, okay, you go buy a ticket. Mind you, I'm 30 feet or so from the door, 50 or 60 feet from him. And not very loud at all. I didn't even want the guards to hear it. I said, ain't that a bitch? Just like that. Because I looked and my fishing pole was gone. My duffel bag was there with that nice telescoping rod. It was gone. And under my breath, pretty much, I'm like, son of a bitch. What do you say? All the way back there. What do you say? I'm like, no. And he said, what do you say? And I said, well, my fishing pole. He said, you want to fish or fly? No, sir, I want to fly. Go get your ticket. I went to get the ticket. And all of a sudden, my fishing pole's there. So I ended up flying with my fishing pole, my duffel bag, and all that. I go back over there to the counter and buy the ticket. And yeah, then when I picked up my duffel bag and stuff, my fishing pole was there. I go back to the counter and that guy says, Visa? Just like I'd never stepped there before. And I'm like, no, port captain said I could buy a ticket. And the guy nodded his head. The guy sold me a ticket. I go over and grab the duffel bag and stuff, and it's there. The fishing pole is there. And I go back to customs line, because this is all 15 minutes before flight. So now I'm in the customs line. There's two people in front of me. Guess who comes over? The port captain. He don't say nothing to me. The guy that's talking to the first person in front of me, he tells him something in Spanish and cigarro or whatever. He asks the guy if he wanted to smoke break. Because that guy's like, yeah, and goes outside. And he comes in. And he finishes letting that guy in. Then he lets the next couple in front of me in. And I've already reached in the bag and got one of them bands of 50 and rolled it up like this in my hand. And I gave it to him like that under the cuff. His eyes got just as big as the first Christmas present you ever seen in your life. And he didn't say shit to me. I didn't say shit to him. I continued out to the door and didn't say one word to anyone until that plane was off of the ground. And that's how I bought my way back into the country. That was back in 1981 or 2. Hey, John, everybody. Sorry, I wasn't trying to ignore everybody. I wasn't trying to ignore. I miss so many messages and stuff when I'm yakking. So I told everybody in the beginning, hey, I'm going to ignore everything, tell the story, and we can re-ask the questions, whatever. I hope y'all didn't mind. But hey, nice seeing y'all here. Oh, if anybody can be here, trolls or what. But if you show your stupidity and stuff, yeah, we're going to keep putting you in a timeout. Thank you. I figured if people like it, they listen. If not, they can come back in 5 or 10 minutes, see if I'm done. I'm getting ready in a couple hours to go over to Planet Fitness, get a shower, and then go park and plug the AC in. Thank you all again so much. Man, last night, when it cooled down in here and through the evening, it was great. I don't like running it like now during the day unless I have to, because my door's open. And it mixes a lot of the heat with it, and it's a degree or two cooler, but not worth the gas, you know what I mean? But I'm happy with it. Oh, heck, I got to get out here. It's 2 o'clock now. Let me take another hit with you, and I'm going to get out of here. Please sign and share the petition. And if you like, go over and like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications on TikTok. Help grow that platform. I do get a couple signatures over there and stuff. So, you know, I don't like it there or nothing. Just like if I could be on Facebook, I don't like it there or nothing, but I would be. So if you're over there, cool. If you're on Facebook, flood my petition on it. Cool. I could be on all these platforms if y'all flooded my petition and face and, you know. My daughter, well, when I went to Acapulco, you mean? Before we left the dock, he advanced me $1,000 to pay on the trip. He gave me $1,000 advance to pay for rent, which was like $200, $250, something like that. And the rest of the money to leave with my daughter's mom. We never got married. Her name was Julie. Anyhow, he gave me $1,000 to pay rent and leave her enough money to take care of Bobby over the month that we was going to be gone. You know, if anything happened, we could have sent more money or whatnot. But yeah, that my daughter and her mom was staying in an apartment. Moved into an apartment. That's when we moved into an apartment. Before that, we was staying out on the houseboat. And I didn't want to go to Acapulco with her staying on the houseboat. I would have never done that. So yeah, we rented an apartment and everything, and keep your eyes open and see if the world will change. If you stop smoking, I'm what you call a drug addict. You're an idiot. You're what I call an idiot. Now, I ain't got no other word for that stupid statement. You're an idiot. Can't be a drug god. I know, to make such a stupid claim, yep. But you have a blessed day. Cheers, my friends. Any last questions, comments, or concerns? Now's the time. Yes, sir, Mr. Eddie. I hope so. Well, my friends, the same as it is always, Pinky. Try to figure out how to take over the cannabis world. For all of us. Hey, just that, man. I'm going to sit here another couple hours because I just finished smoking. Going to sit here a couple hours. Put down the flags and everything. Go to Planet Fitness, let down my hair, get me a nice cool shower, go back over to the truck repair place, and hook up the AC and chill out the rest of the day, or evening, shall I say. That's my plans, and I hope to stick to it. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, everybody. And hey, hope to catch you back here at 7. Till then, peace, love, and cannabis for all. One team, one dream, united we stand. If we try, we can get along. The dogs love you. I love you. Most of all, Joshua loves you. Have a great afternoon. See y'all tonight at 7. Till then, peace out. Joshua loves you, my friends. So do we. Peace out.